Hello, my name is Jennifer Richie and I'm an Atlanta native textile artist and designer with a real love for sustainability as well as the history of textiles and fiber arts. I learned how to crochet when I was in elementary school. I learned how to knit in my early 20s, and then a few years later I got a degree in textiles, which is where I learned how to weave. Growing up, our parents taught us how to care for our clothes as well as how to mend them when necessary just to help them last longer. They even taught us how to sew a few garments. Things have changed a lot since then, and those skills are becoming increasingly rare. Teaching others those ancient skills like sewing and knitting is something that I love to do because it helps people fall in love with their wardrobes again, as well as the arts that were perfected by our ancestors. I strongly feel that valuing our garments like our grandparents and all of our ancestors did is as important for us today as it was for them, although for different reasons. It is a necessity for us as it was for them, although we don't have to make our clothes the way they did. We simply need to keep the clothes that we have out of the landfill. There's also a sense of connection to the generations of weavers, knitters, embroiderers, and all the other makers that awaits everyone who undertakes to learn these wonderful skills. There's a vibrant global community of people trying to keep these skills alive, in part to preserve their culture and in part because they're useful in the preservation of our planet as well. Anyone can join this community. It's for anyone with the patience to practice something new. Weaving, knitting, sewing, and all the rest can be very good at helping people relax and reduce stress. They are a little frustrating to learn, but once they become familiar, they can be excellent tools to help us become calm when we're agitated or anxious. I'm excited about teaching the kids these skills that I learned at their age, and I hope that they enjoy using them for years to come. Thank you all so much.
Hi, I'm Natalia. I'm a fashion designer and I'm a textiles artist. I started sewing when I was about probably 12 years old. And by the time I was graduating from my school, I didn't have any doubts that it will be my future profession. Uh, I graduated from Belarusian Technological University with master degree in fashion design and engineering. Also, in 2017, I graduated from Georgia State with post-bachelor in textiles art. I absolutely agree with Jenny that keeping and transferring our skills and knowledges is very, very important. I'm looking forward to see you and share with you everything what I can do.
Hi, Talley Street, third grade. Miss Stephanie here from Steph Studio Art. I'm so excited to be here with you in Paint Love during the month of May as we explore the wonderful world of weaving and textile design. I'm an Atlanta-based artist. I studied fine art at Georgia State University. I concentrated in textile design, and I have a mobile art studio where I bring art on the go and art to you. For the last 5 years, I've worked on a curriculum team at a local nature-based preschool and after-school program, and I developed content for our activities and permaculture-inspired curriculum. And now I teach art classes, workshops, and birthday parties. And I'm so excited to be here with you as you learn about weaving. And I think it's pretty cool that you're learning about this art form in third grade. I mean, I was in college, 18 or 19 years old before I started weaving. So I think it's awesome that y'all are learning this now. And I'm so excited to help share it with you. This here is a work in progress. It's one of the projects I'm working on now. She's my white wolf and she's not done yet, but I thought I'd show her just as something really cool that's from a sheep's wool that first has to be cleaned and carded and then felted together and sculpted kind of like clay. So this is really cool. And the last thing I wanted to show you was my weaving projects. This is a placemat, and it's actually made from Kroger bags. So I'm very passionate about sustainable art and design, and this is made from recycled Kroger bags that I spun into yarn and then wove on a rigid heddle loom. And I've experimented with different stores. This here is a Kroger bag, so you can see the red and white versus the brand colors of Kroger and Target. So this is pretty cool. And also, if you mix it with a dressier fiber, it kind of looks really nice and glittery. So it's fun to transform trash into art. The other thing, let's see, I wanted to show you was the workshop I'm going to teach about shibori and indigo dye. And this is some examples of the patterns we'll be making. Shibori is an ancient Japanese tying resist dye technique. And basically it has to do with the prints. The patterns you make is how you fold it and tie it. It's a resist dye. And indigo is traditionally a natural dye that reacts with the oxygen molecules in the air. So when you dip it in the dye vat, it's actually a bright green. And it's a really cool science experiment to see it turn deep dark blue as it reacts with the oxygen molecules in the air. And some of the designs represent, this is a rashi pole wrapping technique, and it looks like the water. And so we'll be learning different tying and dyeing techniques with indigo dye. So again, I'm so excited to be here with you during the month of May and paint love. My name is Stephanie from Steph Studio Art. I can't wait to meet everybody, and I'm looking forward to making art with you. Bye.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Morrison. I'm an artist, an educator, and an art therapist. I'm really excited to be joining all of you and sharing my love for art making and especially fiber arts with you. I really enjoy a process called needle felting. It's where you take wool. This wool was shared with us by another artist in the group. It's been dyed. It's the fur of a sheep, and it's been dyed. And to needle felt it, you'll use a special needle tool that compacts the fiber, and you're able to start building it into a sculpture. One thing that I'm really interested in is sustainability when it comes to textiles. One of my favorite ways to be sustainable is by buying secondhand clothes instead of buying something new. You can also find some really awesome stuff sometimes. This is one of my favorite finds, which was a beautiful wool sweater. It keeps them very warm in the winter. It also allows you to find some things that you might not find in the stores, something unique that maybe no one else has. Another way to be sustainable with our clothing is to repair and fix things instead of getting rid of them. We can also try to repurpose stuff. As an artist, I know I always take old t-shirts and fabrics that I know I can reuse, and I find a purpose for them, even if it's just rags that I wipe things up with. I'm really excited to hear about ways that you all enjoy sustainability and finding new things to do with your clothing. So I look forward to joining you all for this fiber arts residency.